read me? Come in, Sam. Come in.
We were whisked away to that strange place again.
What? We only lost you for a few seconds.
And time must flow differently over there, like on the beach.
Well, glad you're all right. The tar currents seem to have settled down, so we'll be able to surface there shortly. Just sit tight, okay?
Now displaying your current order grade.
Sam, why don't we return to the DHV Magellan and get some rest? You can ask Fragile to look into that card you obtained as well. Oh, seems all the possessions you had earlier are in that open space over there. The vehicle also looks none the worse for wear.
Sam, we've uncovered some new information about that ID card you brought back. I'll give you the details on the bridge.
His name is Neil. Neil Vanna.
Neil Vanna? Oh, here I thought he said Nirvana. There must still be tar in my ears.
It seems that the ID card you brought back belonged to the man himself. Charlie helped me dig up the details.
The card was issued by Bridges years ago, when the chiral network was still being developed. Records confirm that Vanna has been dead for some time.
So he was a member of Bridges?
No, it doesn't look like he was.
Vanna was a porter contracted by Bridges to handle jobs with special requirements. Like all of you, he was a doom sufferer who leveraged his abilities.
A top-notch porter by all accounts. He worked the Mexican border. Brought over all kinds of useful stuff.
Ostensibly, resources and medical supplies. But in truth, he transported drugs and other prohibited goods.
So he was a smuggler.
Vanna's ID card served as a key to some of Bridges' secure installations, though only a select few, of course. Specifically, those dedicated to the BB experiments, along with various other medical facilities.
I believe that the place you went to for counseling was one of them.
But everything in that area was obliterated 11 years ago by a void out, one in which Neil Vanna died. And from which you alone, Sam, were fortunate enough to emerge alive. Prior to all that, your counseling sessions made you a regular visitor, yes? Well, records indicate Vanna frequented the same facility. There's a fair chance that the two of you might have met before. Do you recall seeing him?
It's hardly surprising. A great number of people pass through there all the damn time. No one would remember them all.
By the way, Sam, you saw Tomorrow with the apples in the corridor, right? It seems she was training, trying to gain more control over her temporal abilities. Taking green unripened apples and attempting to age them until they're red and ready to eat. But she's still having trouble getting it just right. She's taking it too far and making them rotten. There's no need to rush them. She'll get the hang of it soon enough. In the meantime, let's continue to support her.
From this location, you should be able to see some snow-capped mountains, Sam. Your next objective can be found in the heart of them, in the form of the Eastern Environmental Observatory. Once again, you'll need to link up several sites en route to this destination. The first such site to be brought online is the Chronobiologist Shelter, which is due west. Pick up the main order on this delivery terminal in order to begin.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Good to see a friendly face. It's been a while since I've had visitors. I'll check your cargo right away. There's a little damage, I suppose, but you still got it here in one piece. I should have no trouble continuing my research, and it's all thanks to you. All right. Use your Cupid to connect my shelter.
Now displaying your current order grade.
I'm finally part of the chiral network. I've been looking forward to this moment. I should be able to conduct research at a faster pace than ever. Please accept this by way of thanks. I picked up this accessory in the UCA. You should try attaching it to your backpack. Who knows? It might bring you good luck. Oh, and in case you're curious, the cargo you brought me contained a stock of cryptobiote variants. I've taken to calling them chronobiotes. They appear to alter your body's internal clock for a brief period when consumed. Just another example of the many ways the Death Stranding is wreaking havoc on our perception of time. It's introduced us to Timefall and the beach, as well as the EEs that brought about previous mass extinctions. You know, I can't help but wonder if extinction entities are related to chronobiotes. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Especially with the strange incidents we've been hearing about lately. They're cryptobiotes that have become infected with chiral microbes, parasites that induce changes in the host. Chronobiotes can accelerate various processes within the human body. Simply put, eating one should make everything around you appear to move more slowly. Much like Timefall, which ages everything. And the beach, where time stands still. This disruption of the natural temporal flow is linked to the underlying mechanisms of the Death Stranding. Continued study of chronobiotes should therefore help us to solve the greatest mystery of our times. At least, that's what I've come to believe. Well, the porter who used to come through here was attacked by something. It was bad enough that they gave up doing delivery work for good. They still managed to deliver my last shipment, but it was covered with strange dents and markings. When I asked what had happened, they just said it was the work of the Headless Rider. People have been talking about the Rider for a while, actually. And there's this guy not far from here who's dedicated to studying strange mysteries like that. I sent him some details, and he said he'd need to ask around for someone to lend him a hand. You should keep your eyes peeled for trouble until he figures out what we're dealing with. So I've heard a little bit about Hartman's research via the hydrologist. You know, the mass extinctions of trilobites, ammonites, and the dinosaurs. Well, apparently, all these ancient events were set in motion by extinction entities. I'm told there was a human extinction entity as well. And that EEs had umbilical cords linking them to the beach, which could be why their fossilized remains were somehow unaffected by the passage of time. The parasitic chiral microbes that latch onto chronobiotes also originally came from the beach. So, you could even think of them as another form of umbilical tether linking their hosts to the other side. It's a pattern that shows we can't discount the possibility that a new EE might yet be born. And the reason why I believe further study of these microbes could help prevent another extinction event. Now that I have a chiral network connection, this sort of research should finally be possible. I hope this isn't the last time we meet. With no one else around to make deliveries, I was beginning to think I'd have to call it quits. Oh, by the way, a suborder just got posted about those strange incidents I mentioned. You can check it on the delivery terminal here. It's probably in your interest to find out more anyway, given how much time you spend outside. And, who knows, you might even be able to convince them to join the chiral network, too. I just hope we can get to the bottom of things sooner rather than later. Thanks again, and take care.
Well then, Sam. By the way, we have info on Nilvana to share. Could you join me on the bridge?
Weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
We managed to learn a few more things about Nilvana. You may remember that he was a porter contracted by Bridges. That's what we told you before. Since then, I received a mail.
Another one from our very own Hartman, I'm guessing. Look, we sure we can trust them? Whoever they are?
They are almost certainly someone on the inside. Someone with access to the UCA's administrative systems. It seems Neil Vanna was attending therapy sessions.
But the real revelation is who Vanna's therapist was. Charlie, can you please explain?
A specialist who worked with other doomed sufferers, including one Sam Bridges. She was your therapist and your partner.
Lucy?
Neil Vanna's name was on her client list. Right there in black and white.
That's crazy.
We also uncovered a photo you should see.
Per the records, they perished in a void out which claimed an entire city. A void out only you survived, Sam.
Lucy was pregnant at the time.
It wasn't mine. The child she was carrying. She straight up told me to my face. I never had any kids. She was just my shrink, helping me to work through my phobia. That's all she ever was to me.
really don't remember me.
That woman just now, was that...
Lucy. That was Lucy.
Ah, yes. She was your therapist, wasn't she?
Ooh, just the man I've been waiting for. The Metagenomicist's main order is prepped and ready for you. We'd like you to capture the timefall-resistant emu I identified and take it to her shelter. You might find the capturing part tricky, but if you're real quiet, you shouldn't have too much trouble getting close. Now, this emu appears to possess certain unique temporal properties. It may well have some kind of connection to extinction entities as well. The metagenomicist might have different insights into its nature given her specialization, though. Personally, I'm hoping this might lead us to a major breakthrough. Help us out, Sam.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Until next time.
Look, that one.
Yeah!
That's the way. Look, that one. Almost there. Snag it.
Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons de-
appreciate you coming all this way. Allow me to take a look at that cargo you're carrying. Have to say, this looks bad. Though, should still be able to learn something from it. Thanks for dropping. You completed all these orders for me? I really...
Now displaying your current order grade.
Now, I know this isn't your fault, but this thing has been absolutely savaged. I highly doubt human or animal involvement. Kinda looks as though it was battered with a large heavy pole, but... And there are also parts that appear to have been melted. Not to mention the unusual tie marks imprinted on the surface. Putting all the pieces together, I reckon this is likely the work of the Headless Rider I've heard rumors about. In all honesty, though, seems like it was set upon by not one, but several riders. Sheer damage is proof enough of that. Yeah, we're looking for multiple villains, I'd say. They won't come out and wreak havoc at just any old time. There's gotta be a reason they attack travelers when they do. Mind helping me figure out what that reason is? That way we can set the minds of porters like you at ease. Once we know more about them, I can use that chiral network to enlighten everyone else, too. Indulge my curiosity and I'd be happy for you to hook me up, is what I'm trying to say. If you're keen to do so, then pick up the sub-order I posted. I've included the relevant information in the order details. Be sure to look it over should you choose to take it on.
Order completed. Well done. Order accepted. Thank you.
Okay, Sam. Why don't we begin by considering what we already know? If nothing comes to mind, take a look at the order details to refresh your memory.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
Fuck this.
You mind?
Wowzer! Sam, the Headless Rider attacks were reported in this area. Look around. See anything strange?
That was
Sam, about the headless riders we're after. I've been thinking, what if we were to try replicating the conditions of the previously reported attacks? Road at night, a tri-cruiser. I've got it. We should take an evening spin near the site the attacks took place.
Okay.
Cargo won't last long at this rate, Sam. Handle it with greater care, please. the spot where it was last seen. Emus are awfully fast. This search may take a while.
You're mine.
Wonderful. We've secured the animal. Let's deliver it to the metagenomicist.
process your orders and requests.
Oh, excuse me. Nice to meet you. Oh, wait. We've met before. At this very facility, in fact. You might remember? My hand, at least. How's our mutual friend doing? Hardman and I have been working together to study water samples collected on the beach. My research prevents me from leaving this place. So I'm going to have to rely on you, Sam. Allow me to review your order information. Well, look at what you brought me. I didn't think... I've made great strides in my work thanks to you, and want to give you this data as thanks. I am increasing the amount of material.
Now displaying your current order grade.
It boasts increased capacity, despite not being any bigger than the old version. It's one of the research projects I decided to take over from our mutual friend in preparation for your arrival. I think there's still plenty of room for improvement, though. You know, Sam, we've actually got something in common. Dooms. I can hear the waves of the beach, and sense the flow of tar in the Earth's crust. This is what led me to suspect that water might be circulating between the beach and our world. As I immersed myself in my research, I also discovered that my body had begun to undergo certain changes. I had developed a condition that affected me every 21 minutes. I know, just like a certain someone. Our symptoms are a little different, though. First of all, only Doom's sufferers seem to develop them. In my particular case, I vomit every 21 minutes due to a form of gastric reflex spasm syndrome. The muscles of my stomach cease to function properly for a time, and everything in my system comes back up. I'd rather others didn't see this, so I keep to myself in the back room. That's where I was when you first came to this laboratory. I'm sorry I wasn't able to greet you properly then. I hope I can call on you again. Please, tell our friend I say hello.
Order completed. Well done.
I appreciate it.
That one. Gotcha.
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access.
Thanks for coming. I've been looking forward to this delivery. Now let's take a look. This cargo isn't in very good condition. Must have been tough to get it here. But at least you're in one piece. Now, this is something I didn't think I'd ever get back. Guess I was too quick to give up hope. My research is going. All that's left is to connect me to the chiral network. I'm ready.
Now displaying your current order grade.
I have something I'd like to give you. I hope it's to your liking. All hooked up at last. And wow, I was able to finish my analysis of the emu you brought me in an instant. Turns out it was absolutely riddled with parasitic chiral microbes. It would seem their presence was enough to alter the emu's temporal flow, which is probably why it didn't grow older when exposed to timefall. This all but confirms what the chronobiologist has been saying. Hosts for these chiral microbes are subject to the timeless influence of the beach. It's still unclear how this might be related to extinction entities, but it's a vital clue for solving the mystery of the Death Stranding. An extinction entity has the capacity to trigger the last stranding. And if that comes to pass, the end of humanity itself is assured. Higgs attempted to make use of one such entity back in the UCA, but I know you personally put a stop to his plans. Hartman told me everything about those events. It's anyone's guess what Higgs is trying to accomplish this time, but I believe in you. And that's why I'm giving you these. EX capture grenades are invaluable weapons that work by leveraging the temporal properties of parasitic chiral microbes to great effect. In essence, they allow you to defeat weakened BTs in an instant by drastically destabilizing their intrinsic flow of time. But that's not all. These grenades can give you the means to summon your own BTs to attack other BTs. Should work on all larger specimens. I've prepared a few for immediate use. There's so much we can learn by studying chiral microbes, you know? They might even hold the answer to treating 21-minute syndromes like mine. Yes. Next time you're able to inflict significant damage on a large BT, try tossing an EX capture grenade into its mouth. Not only will you neutralize your foe, but you'll find it also leaves behind a milky white chiral crystal. I've taken to calling these objects BT crystals. If you see one, make sure you don't forget to pick it up. I say that because if you've got one on hand, you'll be able to use it the next time you encounter a large BT. The BT crystal will react with the tar and transform into a variant of the BT you captured. When activated, the crystal will summon a variant of the BT that spawned it, which will emerge from the depths of the tar. Ordinary large BTs will perceive this variant as a critical threat and proceed to attack on sight. While we've discovered plenty of chiral creatures that resemble smaller animals like rats and spiders, as their name might suggest, chiral microbes are even tinier. They're parasitic by nature and favor hosts from the world of the dead. They're just an amazing discovery all around. The final missing piece I needed for my research. Yes, I'm also a member of the 21-Minute Anxiety Association. The chronobiologist happens to be another member. We're sisters, in fact. Our mother belongs to the group, too. She's a hydrologist working out of Hartman's lab. Perhaps you've already met? We've all got similar conditions, but I'm not sure if genetics is a relevant factor. But whatever the cause of our syndromes may be, we are all trying to study the world and find answers in our own ways. In recent days, large BTs have been growing more active in the region to the south of this facility. It's possible that this too could be a consequence of Higgs's efforts. If you're headed that way, you had better be prepared for the worst. Though that might also be a good opportunity to give those EX capture grenades a try. I just know they'll prove effective. And if you're interested in some additional work, I'd also like you to take the emu you brought me to the animal shelter. The staff there want to look after it, and I don't have the proper facilities to give it a home here anyway. I've posted a suborder for this request. There's no rush. You can pick it up from the delivery terminal here whenever you're ready. Thanks again for all your help. I'll probably be hitting you up again.
Sam, your next destination is the F5 East Distribution Center, which can be found near the southeast shore of the lake close by. I'm told one of the staff members there is an old acquaintance of yours. Anyway, a main order has been entered into the system. You can access the delivery terminal here to undertake it. That said, another request concerning the animal you rescued has also caught my eye. Alternatively, you can undertake this suborder first if you wish. I'll leave it up to you, Sam.